Hello everyone, hope you're having the most amazing day today. Welcome to the Film Insight channel. For today's video, we're going to discuss some patients who were featured on My 600 Pound Life and show you their insane transformations. So, sit back, relax, and without further ado, let's get right into the content, guys. Laura Perez. Let's be honest, almost every patient who appears on My 600 Pound Life has a heartbreaking story, but this is especially true for Laura Perez. Appearing in the third season of the show, Perez bravely revealed to the world how tragic her childhood really was. Starting from the age of 5, she was abused by one of her older cousins, which is why she turned to food for solace. In an interview with the Daily Mail, Perez revealed that, "I never told my parents anything, so the molestation went on for years. My whole life just changed, so I turned to food. That was my comfort." It must have been incredibly painful to be alone in a situation like that. Anyway, when they first started filming Perez's episode, she weighed 594 pounds, which brought about an assortment of issues. Not only was she confined to a wheelchair, but she was forced to use an oxygen tank to simply breathe. Even though she was slightly under 600 pounds as the show's name might suggest, Dr. Nazareth expressed that she's physically in one of the worst shapes I've ever seen. After months of putting in hard work, Perez managed to lose the required weight to receive a gastrectomy. Shedding 80% of her body fat with the help of the procedure, she lost an insane 412 pounds. While this is certainly a cause for celebration, Perez's new figure wasn't exactly appreciated by everyone. As depicted in her Where Are They Now special, Joey, Perez's husband, had a very hard time accepting the drastic changes. She mentioned that, "Joey and I seem to be fighting more than ever. I want to keep becoming more independent and get a job and have a career. I want to go to beauty school, but he got really upset. Now that I can go out, I don't want to just stay home all day. I'm not 600 pounds anymore." Considering the fact that she didn't see a future with her husband anymore, Perez thankfully decided to end her decade-long relationship with him. Back in April of 2018, a man named Eric Juarez revealed in a now-deleted Facebook post that Perez left Joey for him. Regardless of if this is true or not, we're glad that she's taking a hold of her life in any way that she can. Justin McSwain. In the 7th season of the show, a patient named Justin McSwain visited Dr. Now's office in hopes of changing his life for the better. Weighing a whopping 687 pounds at the beginning of his episode, McSwain was clearly going through a very tough time. He expressed that, "When I go into the bathroom, I do everything I can not to look at myself in the mirror because when I look in the mirror, I see a mistake and someone who's destroyed his life for food by becoming one of the largest people alive." Just like every other patient, McSwain would have to lose a considerable amount of weight to even qualify for a bariatric procedure. Having the drive of a warrior, he pushed through intense exercise and a strict diet to achieve his goal. Managing to shed an impressive 92 pounds off of his body, this sadly wasn't enough since he had to lose 100 to get the okay for the surgery. Noticing that McSwain was dejected by this revelation after all the hard work he put in, Dr. Now decided to make an exception and greenlit the operation since he was close to the goal anyway. With the help of the gastrectomy, he lost a total of 334 pounds, which physically changed him into a different person. However, his outwardly appearance wasn't the only thing that shifted. McSwain turned into someone with healthy eating habits, which helped him lose even more weight. Fast forward to when he was featured on My 600 Pound Life, Where Are They Now, he revealed that he lost close to 60% of his original weight, which is amazing. Additionally, since he hoped to remove the excess skin on his body from losing so much fat, he worked tirelessly to get into the low 200s. We didn't have any doubt whatsoever that McSwain would reach his goal, but he did get there eventually and secured himself another surgery. Nowadays, he's doing very well and is somewhat active on his Instagram, which has amassed over 30,000 followers. There you can see him doing things that at one point weren't even possible, like wall climbing, mountain hiking, and more. One of his more impressive posts, which was posted back in 2019, really puts on display just how far he's come. Many seem to point out that he looks so much younger now that he's lost weight, and we have to agree. Assuming that you'd like to support McSwain, he does offer cameos for a relatively decent price. It's so fantastic to see how far he's come. Angie J. One of the most controversial patients to appear on My 600 Pound Life, Angie J, also known as Angela Mary Dunham Johns, came on the show weighing 643 pounds. Johns certainly had a brutal upbringing since she was sexually assaulted by her parents and struggled with drug addiction. On top of being dependent on illicit substances, she would eat an unhealthy amount of food in order to cope. After gaining hundreds of pounds, Johns reached out to several doctors for some guidance, but none of them managed to improve her situation. As a last-ditch effort to get better, Johns reached out to Dr. Nazareth for his professional help. Flying all the way from Ohio to Texas with her family, she wasn't exactly happy when she heard she'd have to lose weight to qualify for weight loss surgery. In order to achieve this goal, Dr. Now gave her a strict diet plan that she'd have to follow, which she said was bullshit. It's so incredibly frustrating that Johns was dumb enough to think that you can just lose weight without putting in any work. What's worse, she sabotaged her own weight loss by abusing drugs while under the famous bariatric surgeon's care. By the end of her irritating episode, Johns had only lost 49 pounds across the span of 8 months, so she wasn't approved for the gastrectomy. To everyone's surprise though, she actually took her failure to heart and pushed herself to lose the weight required to qualify for surgery. Aside from successfully getting the procedure done, which is fantastic, Johns' husband decided to leave her at around the same time, which is very unfortunate. Despite this, she continued to maintain her healthy lifestyle and seems to be doing a lot better nowadays. If you take a look at her Instagram, you can see the progression of her weight loss, which is admittedly impressive. Nikki Webster. Not many of Dr. Now's patients were able to leave a long-lasting impression like Nikki Webster did. Being 650 pounds when she first appeared on the show, Webster explained that her day-to-day life was nightmarish. Aside from having trouble walking or going downstairs, she felt like she was going through an intense workout whenever she showered. Due to the fact that she had hundreds of pounds on her body, she suffered from constant pain and frustration. Webster has been struggling with this problem since she was a child. While she certainly tried dieting in the past, the weight would immediately come back after she stopped. Once her weight rose into the 600 range, she was unsure if she had much time left before it was too late. Terrified, Webster finally decided to take control of her life and travel all the way to Houston to meet with Dr. Nazaratin. As usual, the famous bariatric surgeon prescribed her with a strict diet plan and asked her to lose at least 50 pounds to get approved for surgery. After a ton of hard work, she was able to lose the weight that was required and got the procedure done, shedding 130 pounds off her body. Her journey certainly didn't stop there, since she continued to focus on her self-improvement long after the episode aired. Through tons of exercise and following a healthy diet, Webster managed to lose an additional 320 pounds, which is incredible. She also gives a lot of credit to her friends, family, and therapists for helping her cope through the hard times. Aside from reclaiming her life back, Webster revealed in a Facebook post that "I kinda got married. He's the absolute best and I couldn't be more happy." Honestly, this inspirational woman deserves all the happiness in the world. Christina Phillips. As our final entry, we're going to discuss a patient named Christina Phillips who appeared in the second season of the show. Out of everyone on this list, Phillips was the heaviest starting out, weighing in at 708 pounds at the beginning of her episode. The 22-year-old married woman was incapable of doing anything on her own and was forced to rely on the help of her mom and husband Zach. What's worse, she was completely bedridden and hadn't left the house in over 2 years, which took a massive toll on her mental health. Ever since she was a child, Phillips would eat as a way to cope with the fact that her parents were always fighting. Eating constantly, she gained over 300 pounds by the time she was 12 years old, which is absolutely insane. Realizing that her weight was going to kill her, Phillips decided to reach out to Dr. Now for some help. After she lost the necessary weight to qualify for surgery, she shed over 267 pounds by the end of her 1-year program. Following her time on the show, she actually decided to divorce her husband since he didn't like her newfound confidence and independence. By the time she was featured on My 600 Pound Life, Where Are They Now?, she dropped down to 172 pounds, which is ridiculous. Nowadays, she seems to be doing pretty well and recently became the mother to a beautiful baby boy named Ethan. Well, that will sadly be all for today's video here on the channel. I do hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to drop a massive like down below and comment your thoughts. Subscribe for more content like this and turn on those sweet bell notifications for instant access to our content. Finally, be sure that you have a great rest of your day and that you stay safe. See you in the next one, guys.